Shefe mo oye okun ati osa tí mo ti là kọjá ni. Can your teenage daughter or your teenage son? Some of us Nigerians or Africans don't want to patronize them. And these are the reasons. These are some of the reasons. Somebody dancing the body, really. I'll tell you a story, guys. I'll tell you a story. Not really like a true life story, yeah. There's this lady, a 40-something-year-old lady, woman back then, yeah. She just came out of an abusive relationship. She was married for like 18 years. She was married for like 18 years, and I mean, she came out broken. When I say broken, she was left with little or no self-esteem at all. If it's possible for someone not to have a self-esteem. You know, she already had a diploma, some sort of diploma in Nigeria. I remember she went to Polytechnic in Nigeria. And then when she came to the UK, you know, sometimes the people you mingle with when you come into the UK does matter a lot. So when she came into the UK, I think she didn't bother to like educate herself or go to school. She was working really, really hard. She was doing all this menial job. She was doing a lot of menial jobs. Sometimes she does 2 jobs at the same time. She was working really, really hard. She was running the house basically while her husband was going to school. Yeah. So anyway, and this woman, I must say, and I must confess to you, I must be honest with you, this woman is a very nice woman. When I look at her situation, I just feel that man does not deserve her. She deserves a lot better. She's worth a lot better. You know, like, her husband is the sort of man, I don't really want to go into her story. There's no perfect man. There's no perfect man and there's no perfect woman. Don't get me wrong here. But when I look at her situation, when I look into her situation, you know, when women are praying for husband, like future husband, our husband is the sort of man that you pray against, you rebuke, the sort of man you reject, that you never want to meet. You know, like sometimes when a man is weak in an aspect, there's a strength in another aspect. So it's not a lose-lose relationship. Like, you know, when it's a bit weak there, it has a strength there, so you can manage the weakness and it's not so much. But with this man, he's just so useless, weak in every area. I know what I mean by weakness, but that was the sort of man she was married to, but the relationship did not last. He was very, very abusive towards her. Anyway, fast forward, when she came out of that relationship, she wanted to start a new life. She wanted to leave her old life behind, which include the sort of job she wanted a better job. So she decided to enroll in this, like, it's basically for people that have been out of job for a while and are returning back to work, that need a bit of brush up, or for people also, it's like a learning sort of center for adults, also for people who are like computer illiterate, who do not know how to use the computer, and she fall into that category. Most times our daughter send out email on our behalf, our daughter type stuff for her on our behalf. She's not really that computer literate, so basically our daughter help her with a lot of things. She's got like a teenage daughter. She needed to learn how to use the computer properly, so she went into this like learning center, and this learning center is like put together. I think it was run by some Nigerians. But funded by the government, sort of thing. So you get people that have been out of work for long, going back there if they think they need to brush up or they need to improve on their computer skills. You know, I think she attended for like a week or 2 before she stopped. And what happened is that sometimes I feel some of our Nigerians need maybe some sort of teaching skills, you know. And like I said earlier, somebody that's suffering from a low self-esteem, that is just coming out of a broken marriage, a real like abusive marriage, you need to dread. At one point she was asking too many questions, and the people that were supposed to be showing her or teaching her, I think they got a little bit impatient with her, and they started uttering insultive comments that could knock her confidence. Things like, even my 14-year-old daughter or son could teach you how to do this. My 14-year-old, my 16-year-old, of course she knows that, and that sort of got to her. And I remember there was a time that we were like in a kind of gathering, and I was trying to refer to this particular training, like, is she going on, I was asking her a question, like, is she going on a certain day? And she was like, shh, was supposed to be a secret. And I was wondering why the secrecy. And she was like, no, Kemi, I don't want anybody to know that I'm going there, because they will begin to make jest of her, insult her, that she does not know how to use the computer, like she's going back to learn ABC, that sort of a thing. At first, it sounded in a way, I just wanted to like say, I don't care. I wanted to prove to her that I don't care, I don't give a damn about what people say. Then again, I had to like think about her situation. I mean, this is somebody that is just coming back, if you know what I mean. She's still working on her self-esteem, her confidence and all that. So I have to take the baby step with her. So I agreed. And I thought about it. There's truth in what she just said. There's truth in what she just said to me. And the truth is, we Nigerians, we are very judgmental. We are going to shame the fact that she went back there to learn. And it shouldn't mean anything. And do you know the funny thing is, when she couldn't cope with the way somebody that is already sensitive, when this lady couldn't cope with supposed teacher, the people that are supposed to be teaching her were talking to her, she had to leave. Because some of them, she said she's older than, and it's not even about the age. The way they were talking to her was as if like, you're dumb, you're supposed to have done this, done that, things you're supposed to have done. And when you want to refer to your teenage daughter, your teenage son, is like the insult was too much. She said she thought like, yes, your teenage son or your teenage daughter might know how to use XYZ, might be more intelligent or in terms of knowing how to use the computer. But I will say this in my language. Can your teenage daughter or your teenage son that is, do you know what I've gone through in life, what I've experienced? Can your teenage son or your teenage daughter go through what I have gone through? Hence my slow in learning. Hence the way I'm reacting to you right now. And do you know what that did to her? She stopped completely. She stopped attending completely. And because I once worked in an examination awarding body, those who know, where they do this national vocational qualification, I was able to advise her, because I just realized she stopped going, and I was like, what happened? I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back there. I don't like the way they talk to me. Nigeria, typical Nigerian mentality, the way we are. I don't like the way they talk to me. So, but there was one thing that was still encouraging about her that I saw, was the fact that she was still willing to learn. So I kind of I called around for her on her behalf. I know that there are centers in London where she could do numeracy and all those literacy exams or study, and she could do this, computer learning for beginners, computer learning program that she could join. But then she now had this problem on the system. They found out that she was already registered with another learning center. So there was a problem of funding. Remember? And she was going back and forth. So those people she newly registered with, and this were like, it's an English center, like Oyibo, proper English center that she registered with, now contacted the Nigeria people where she was before. They now inquire about her learning there, because she can't be registered in two places due to funding. Those people were now like, oh, she stopped coming here. This Nigerian lady told that English center that she was there for like a month and she wants to continue here. You understand? When those English center contacted the Nigerian center, whoever they spoke to or who is in charge said months. She was not even here for a month. She was here for a week. For a week. That she's not serious. She doesn't want to study. Do you know what they did to themselves? So rather than like refuse that, because it was going towards that direction, they were trying to say, oh, you're registered somewhere, you can't go to another center and continue unless you want to fund it. So the UK, that educational authority, now wrote to the Nigerian center that please refund, since you said she was only there for a week and not a month. She's due for a refund. Refund the amount we've paid you. They were very reluctant, you know, they were going back and forth. They didn't want to refund it. But she got the refund at the end of the day, and she was able to, they got the refund, and she was able to continue in that center. I mean, the English center that she just found. We Nigerians complain about not supporting each other, like not showing support, not patronizing each other. But with all these things happening right now, it's not encouraging. It's not encouraging. Anyway, my point is, this lady loved that center, that English center. Loved that center. They taught her what she needed to learn, you understand? And they were very gentle with her. And these people are way younger than her. So there are times when a Nigerian or an African or started running a business, some of us Nigerians or Africans don't want to patronize them. And these are the reasons. These are some of the reasons. Do you think this Nigerian lady will ever recommend anybody to go there and study? Never. Never, ever. So why are we doing that to each other? Do you understand my point here? Why are we shaming each other? Why do you have to talk to this woman? Why do you have to like insult her? Why does she have to leave? And you know, the word of mouth is very powerful. This woman says she can never ever advise her enemy to go and study there. So how are we supposed to grow? You know, as a Nigerian, as an African running that sort of a center, it's a good idea. How are they supposed to grow when that is all you're doing to people, especially to Nigerians who are coming there to learn? So this woman rather feel comfortable and accepted in the hands of these English people, white people, because of the way they embraced her. Rather than your own Nigerian and African people, they were judging her. They were shaming her. They were comparing her. That were comparing her to their teenage sons or daughter that knows how to use the computer very well. Can you see the difference? What we do to each other? That is the moral of my story. If you understand what I'm saying, that is the moral of my story. Why would anyone in their right senses want to go there or patronize them? This shaming thing has to stop. This being so judgmental thing has to stop. It's not putting money into anybody's bank account. Even for those with low self-esteem or those with big ego or sensitive ego that like to use other people, it's not even working. It's not. You might feel happy when you bring somebody down in front. The other people around can see exactly what you judge, condemn, and shame everything. We need to look. We Nigerians or Africans need to look at what the priority is here. What is the priority? What is worth focusing our energy and attention on? Somebody dancing the body, really? Really, out of all the problems we have in Nigeria, we still have the issue of Boko Haram, insurgents, bad economy, bad roads, unemployment. The worst health system I've ever seen in this world is in Nigeria. The one I know. That's the one I know. Corruption. There's so many things we could focus that energy on that we're not doing. I keep saying this, and I'm not saying you should not complain about what you want to complain about. Please, leave the poor woman alone. This Tokpa Labi woman alone. Leave her alone. Let her live her life. If she wants to do somersault and jump with her head hitting the roof, it's her life. Focus on what is important. Chai! It's just so bad and sad, and it gets to me each time these things like this keep happening. Guys, I think I've been ranting for so long. No, it's turned into a rant, and I'm sorry it did, but I think I've been talking for so long. But for now, let me leave you and love you. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Ta-ra.